Man, I hate to even make this video. Like this sucks, dude. I picked up these Linsoul KS ZS10 Pros just a couple of days ago, and dude, I was hyped up to get them. They had such wonderful reviews. Everything was super solid on them. I've been rocking the Kiwi ear cadenzas for a few weeks, and I fucking love those. And I wanted to take like one more step up. I'm kind of an autist, and I wanted to get into the autistic side of like collecting IEMs and checking stuff out. And I picked up these earbuds and I hooked them up and I heard a crack, pop, snap, pop, 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 pop. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like, are they hooked up wrong? So I fucking, I disconnected everything. I hooked it back up. Sure enough, it was still there. I tried on one deck, it was still there. I tried on another deck, it was still there. I tried different audio sources, it was still there. And over time, it kind of faded and faded and faded. But then I'm listening to them, it'll come back, crack, 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 snapple pop, crack, snapple pop. And it turned into this intermittent snap, crackle, pop that was just fucking, I'm going to have to return them. But the reason I'm sad about that is that these things are fucking incredible. Like when they're not snap, crackling, popping, these things are just absolutely fucking badass. Like these are, dude, it's crazy to say, these are probably the best audio device I think I've ever used. I mean, they're just absolutely astounding. Now, there are some issues with them that I find kind of annoying. So the treble can sometimes be a little bit too sharp, and I find that to be fatiguing. The bass is super clean, but on some songs it's muddy. The tuning is definitely a V shape. So you have lower mids, but you have really high highs, and then you have like heavy bass toward the end. But the detail, the musical separation that you get on these earbuds are something that I've never heard before. I mean, I was like, I'm just getting into IEMs, right? And I started with a pair of Kiwi ear cadenzas, and dude, it was like a revelation when I picked up those earbuds. I mean, it was like, dude, I could hear the musician breathing, when they're in the studio. I mean, just absolutely astounding, right? And like, I'm a big fan. So I listen to classical EDM and like a little bit of like rock and metal, and to be able to hear the musician pick at the guitar, or hear the violin strings get I forget the term for it, is just, dude, it's so fucking astounding, right? So like I'm a big fan of Kim Dami. She's a violinist, and her music is just, it's so emotionally charged and beautiful. And Humoresque number 7, her rendition of it. Yeah, when I listen on it, like I've always loved it, but when I listen to that song on a pair of IEMs, it can actually make me cry up or tear up. Like it'll actually make me cry. I mean, it's just so fucking beautiful to hear. And I mean, these are incredibly good. Like they're incredibly good. I mean, the detail on them is just absolutely astounding. The separation between instruments, it'll make you go, what the fuck? Like this is, oh my gosh. But they're busted, right? So they're fucking broken. They pop, they snapple, they crack. So I can't hang on to them, and that brings a tear to my eye. But it opened up uh, like a whole new world for me. And like I've been getting into audio, and I've already kind of like realized this, that you can push just amazing sound out of not a lot of money. And it really wasn't solidified until I picked these up and I listened to my music, until I listened to Humoresque, and I went, dude, like, oh my gosh, this is so fucking good. But like I say, it's sad because I've got to fucking return them. I'm not going to keep them if they're busted. And like, I did some research on it, and apparently, when you have this issue that I've been running into, it's an issue that oftentimes just gets worse and worse and worse, right? So, you know, it starts and then it turns into intermittent, and then it will fucking, it'll keep getting worse and worse and worse. I tried a different cable too. I tried my other cable, and no dice. There's an issue with the driver, and I was reading that it's like cold solder. I always have a hard time saying that. My autism comes out. Cold solder point inside of the earbud that that isn't like it comes in and out, right? So like during the manufacturing process, and I should probably show you guys. So like that is one downside of these earbuds, is that the QC maybe not the best. So you've got, I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. So there's like scratch marks and like little indents on this like brass piece right there, and that's kind of, you can't really see on my shit ass fucking recording device, but they're kind of all throughout the earbud, and so like they're incredibly astounding. I mean, they're just like, the way that they put them together is just like not the best. Here, the scratch on this one, and that doesn't affect anything, or like it shouldn't, but it's kind of indicative of overall QC, where, you know, they looked at it, it got scratched up or fucked up, and then they went, oh, well, okay, whatever, fuck it, throw it together. You know, so like, I know it shouldn't matter, like that part doesn't matter, and I'm not saying that that's like why they're fucked up. I'm just saying that, like, you know, when you look at a product and you have, you know, little scratches and fucking dents on it and the thing's brand new, it's indicative of the overall QC that goes into the product. And it sucks ass, right? Because these things are fucking astounding. But, you know, and I'm sad to return them. Dude, it's trash. Like, these things are fucking badass. But, you know, for fucking, dude, for $50, if you get a pair that's not fucked up, these things will actually, like, it'll actually change your life. I mean, they'll actually fucking, like, change the way that you listen to audio. So, like, that gives me hope for the future, right? Because I'm going to buy another pair. I don't know if I'm going to buy the exact same thing, but it means that audio just keeps getting better and better and better. And, like, I'm not a concert guy, but after hearing how good music can sound, I'm going to go to a concert and I'm going to fucking, like, I want to hear this shit, dude. It brings me little ear orgasms. And have you guys seen Pumping Iron, when Arnold's talking about, like, you know, working out and getting a pump, and he's like, you know, all day coming? That's what it feels like with good audio. But I have another call coming through. Love you guys. Bye.